Hey dog friends, I'm Verity. I am a massive fan of internet doggos and all thing internet doggo culture. This is one of my best friends, Hannah, who also happens to be one of the top behaviourists in the UK. So what I'm going to do is show her loads of doggo videos and then see how she reacts.
Joy. I cannot wait.
Oh,
this isn't going to go in any way wrong.
This is Falcor too.
This is Falcor. He's
So
a
that's
spaniel.
important.
He's going to jump in and out of this project, probably continuously. You never know.
But he's a very good boy.
He's a good boy, 100%.
13 out of 10, good dog. So I
have you
can't
got?
actually remember which videos are which, so this is going to be a surprise for both of us.
Okay, pick a mix.
Oh, it's a cute one. Oh my god. Oh. My puppy's so cute. I started with a cute one.
Oh. Okay, so let's just watch this again because it's cute.
Oh my god. He's wearing a jumper, is that okay?
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. So,
What?
okay,
No, this is nice.
let's just rewind.
No.
So we've got a little cat face in
it's
cat face
happy.
beds. It is happy. Music's happy.
The music. Oh man. I don't like this.
We've got a cheeky little spaniel friend,
He's so cute.
and there's a lot of love. There's a lot of love in the room.
Okay.
There is, isn't there?
Yeah.
It is cute.
I'm scared.
You're okay.
Okay.
It's okay. I mean, what is not to like about this video? He's cute, other than he's, sort of annoying the cat a little bit, but not in a bad way. So what we're getting here is a little bit of a stress yawn, because the cat's totally ignoring him. He's like, why aren't you being my friend? I love you forever.
Oh, but this one's not too bad.
No, they're,
Okay.
they're okay. I mean, over time, the cat's gonna get a bit annoyed with the dog, I reckon. And the dog doesn't really understand why the cat doesn't think he's super cute, right? The cat's like, okay, I'm just doing sleepings. And it might be easy for us to assume, at this point in here, that you get this big yawn, and they're like, oh, they're doing a sleeping together, yay. But actually, that can be a bit of a stress yawn, so he might just be like, I don't see why we're not being super good friends. But I think the prognosis is good. This is cute dog and cat ensemble. I mean, I like a jacket, don't get me wrong. A well-dressed dog, I've got nothing against that. We have no idea how that dog was dressed, and I'm just going to make the assumption that he was invited to wear that jacket.
He was probably invited to wear that, and then
Yeah.
he probably went into his small puppy dressing room.
Yes.
And then had a team of people and a stylist that got him ready because he looks really cute.
Multiple snacks, so that it was a really positive experience. That's,
Yeah, and
that's
snacks.
always my hope,
And snacks.
And he picked that outfit out himself. This is what we're hoping. Yeah, it's cute. It's a cute dog video.
Oh, he's done something on the floor.
Who did that?
Oh, puppy. Okay, so we've got a video with a staffy, and
He's done a bad.
he's on some stairs, and yeah, his dad's like, you've done a wee wee on the bottom of the stairs here, and you get these a lot. These are all over the internet. These are everywhere. People love to show the dog the thing that it's done wrong, and it's really common. It's really easy for us to assume that the dog knows that he's done something wrong.
I've definitely done that.
In fact, this dog totally puts his hand up. He's like, that's my fault, guys.
when he
This
puts
was all
the
me.
hand up, is that an actual
Admission of guilt.
Yeah.
I'm going to say no. It's really easy for us to think that is what's happening, but he's a little cute dog, and a lot of his behaviour is sort of calming signals. So he's a little bit frightened about the fact that his dad's annoyed about something. He's not entirely sure what it is that he's annoyed about at this point. So he's coming down the stairs and he's looking kind of cute. He's like a pretty happy dog, and then dad points out this wee-wee at the bottom of the stairs here, and then when we look back at the dog, so you can see his ears are back a little bit, and he's doing a gentle wag, and he's head turning ever so slightly, and all of those are ways that dogs can say, I love you and I don't understand. I love you and I'm sorry. I don't know why you're mad. So we can play it through a little further. And then what he does is he does a little step back. He's like, I'm just going to retreat away from this. It's quite an aggressive situation.
I tend to do that in situations that I don't like.
This
like,
is it.
I didn't do it.
But unfortunately that doesn't like fully get Dad out of his face. So if we stop it here, you can see he's got a little, what we call whale eye. So the whites of his eyes are out, and he's like, I don't know why you were hating on me, but I love you and I'm really sorry. I hope I don't give you a really bad day. And again, little lip lick, little eye squint, and God, and there's a very good chance that this has started to become kind of trained, right? So like, if he's a bit scared and he's like, I don't know why you're upset with me, what dogs will do is they'll back off and they'll do whatever they need to do to get out of that aggressive situation. So I would assume, I don't know this dog, I don't know this family, but I'm kind of going to make an assumption based on this interaction that this has happened before.
Oh no.
And so at a point at which Dad's like, what have you done? The dog's like lifted its paw up, which again is a calming signal. They kind of go, I'm not so sure what, I'm sorry, I love you and I'm sorry. And he's shaped that into this kind of, my fault, hello, that's me, because it's funny.
Well, what
it
do you
is,
do
it is
then?
kind of funny.
If
you don't know any better, like, you know.
It's cute. But
yeah.
what would you do then? Like, so if you found like your dog had weed, like, does this work? Does this help in any way, shape or form? Or are you just shaping behaviours that, what do you do when your dog peeps in the house?
Right, this is it. And I think, I don't know anything about this dog, so I don't know.
I know he's a good boy.
He looks like a good boy. He looks like 100% good boy. Maybe he's a puppy. He looks a bit older. I'd probably say he's at least over 1. He might have weed in the house because he's a bit nervous. So a lot of people think that dogs will wee in the house because they are being dominant or like territorial and like scent marking on stuff, or that they genuinely know that it's bad behaviour, when actually they really don't. Like, they really don't know that that is a bad thing. They're just like, I need to toilet. Sometimes dogs will do it because they're feeling a bit stressed, and so accidents happen. So 100% if your dog has done something in the house, like weed on the floor, and you show them, like, they're not saying, I understand that is wrong.
Was it like, I'm sure I heard somewhere, this might be not right, but if they've like weed in the house, if you get like some kitchen roll or something and put the wee on and then take it outside, you can show them that that's where they wee. Is that like a weird made up thing, or I've just been walking around with dog wee?
This is your weekends, right? This is what's been happening.
Literally my weekends.
No, yeah, definitely. So dogs will wee where they've been before. So if your dog has weed on the floor and it smells that it's been there before, then it's like, oh, okay, toilet zone. So you can transfer that toilet zone outside. You can teach your dog where to wee, and you can pay them with snacks for weeing and pooing outside, and then they're gonna 100% get it right, and they're not gonna have accidents in the house. But yeah, if he's a bit stressed, it might be because Dad is like, why are you being such a douche? And he's like, I'm not, I didn't even know. So sometimes dogs will stress wee, so love him.
He's really cute.
He's
Staffy
cute.
is one of my favourites.
I know,
as well.
they're beautiful.
Oh, what's this one?
The tension, Verity, I tell you what.
Oh yeah. Shadow does this sometimes. My dog Shadow does this sometimes. And my friend sent this to me, and I wanted to know what it was all about, because he'll get his bear, just like this dog's doing, lie on his back, then push it away from him, and then pull it to his face again, and then push it away.
What?
And it's just adorable.
Can we watch it again?
Yeah.
Yeah, you picked a cutie. She's good at this. Yeah, that's really sweet. It's as sweet as it looks. There's absolutely nothing for us to stress about in this video right here. Dogs are really good at wanting to get us to play, right? So what they'll do is they'll get a toy, and this is how we teach dog owners to want to get really engaging with a toy, is to play with it and to enjoy playing with it. And so he's on his back, which means that he's in this video, I can tell he's pretty comfortable. Like, the rest of his body language is quite relaxed. He's not stressing out, and he's got a dog teddy bear that looks quite a lot like him, actually. That's like his makeup in dog teddy bear. And he's throwing it into the air and giving it a good look of love, and then bringing it to his mouth and then throwing it away again, and all of that is just beautiful. He's trying to engage us to play with him.
Is he doing that for humans?
Yeah.
Like, hey, look at my toy. It's
Dog.
amazing.
Ta-da!
Oh my God.
He's gone full Lion King, hasn't he?
I love that.
It's cute. There's that moment, isn't there, where the dog's like, look! Look! And there's that lovely pause in the middle that he's waiting to see what the reaction from us is going to be when he does that. So yeah, super cute dog video.
He's adorable.
He's a 14 out of 10, isn't he? Okay, this one's going to take a little longer, guys. I'm so sorry.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Well, I know it's not a very long video. It's a whole 12 seconds, but and the music is good. You know, it really gets you in the zone.
It says "Hold On" as well.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's on Vogue. It's an on Vogue video. So we've got a little dog. Is it a dog? Is it a koala bear?
I think it's a dog.
It's not doing a very dog-like thing, right?
I definitely think it's a dog.
It's clutching onto the owner's hand like he's a sort of weight. And I was like, are we in? We're not in the gym. Is he in a queue? Where is he?
I think he's at a shop. Some kind of convenience store.
Okay, so maybe he's like trying to act like his dog is a bag so that he doesn't get kicked out of the store.
Bag dog.
Bag dog, crafty. So this is a tricky one. The dog is clinging onto him for dear life, although I think Dad's got his hand under his bum here a little bit. Very unusual one. And then we get the dog flipped right up on his back and yet still holding on magically.
That's
Dad
a
just
trained
double
thing,
checks.
isn't it?
Say again?
That's trained, right? Like, the dog doesn't naturally like cling on for dear life if it thought it was going to be. Does he think it's going to be dropped?
I think you would if you were that puppy, would you not? Like, he's fully upside down at this point.
I don't like this because I find these videos and I think they're cute, and then the reality of it like dawns on me quite quickly.
It's super hard, you know. When I first started looking at animal behaviour, I saw this wicked video of a polar bear. This was the dawn of the internet, all of those years ago, and this polar bear was like doing this mad dance routine, and the music in the background was like boing, wow, 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 and I was like, breakdancing, polar bear, so cool, and then it takes a little while for your brain to kick in, and you're like, yeah, but he's not breakdancing though, is he? Because he's not. Where is he? Like, why is he doing this dance routine? And sometimes it just takes a minute, and you're like, actually, that's not a happy polar bear doing a dance. That's a sad polar bear, like with nothing else to do. You know, this is not that level of sad. This is quite a cute dog video.
Just remembering that when you ruined the rat in the shower video for me, the rat that's under the tap and he's having a little wash, and then you were like, he's not having a wash, Verity. He's trying to desperately get the soap, which is probably stinging his eyes like off him, and I was like, no, look, it's Ratatouille having a shower. You're like, no, this is horrific. Stop watching this, please.
It's really hard. I don't want to ruin the internet for anyone. Like, that's not what I'm trying to achieve here at all. But it's your idea, not yours. But you know, I think sometimes you just got to kind of put some context in there and say like, why is this happening?
Does this dog look happy? Or...
Exactly. So what can we see here? So he's clutching on to Dad, and that's not a very normal dog behaviour, I'm not going to lie. He's got a hold of him, and he's got a little tight closed mouth here. We're about a second in, so let's just skip forward a little bit. And he flips him onto his back, which again is not like the most comfortable place in the world to be. I'm not going to lie, at this point, so we're at like 3 seconds, if he was super uncomfortable, his tail would be tucked over his bum.
Yeah.
So I'm not...
So he's a happy little koala dog.
He's working life out, I think. I think Dad needs to sort of manage that handling style a little bit. Maybe this is something he's socialising him to. Maybe this is something he needs to be able to cope with for the rest of his life. But I'd definitely be...
like a firefighter dog and he needs to come down the pole.
Right? It might happen. It could happen.
It's definitely happening. It's definitely happening. Oh no.
What have you got?
I don't know, and now I'm worried. I hope it's a cute one. It's the husky blowing bubbles in the water.
For a minute there, I was like, is someone fishing at the same time? What's happening here? This is ridiculous. Oh, love him. Yeah, so you know what? Like, dogs have the same kicks that we have, and sometimes blowing bubbles in your water is just the most fun thing to do. They actually also, though, fun fact, get extra scent from the water when they do that, because their nose is super cool. So when they blow bubbles in water, they're actually taking scent from the water. They're analysing the water.
Is that like when a dog smells something and then it starts licking it as well? Is that the same kind of thing?
Yeah. Although when they lick it, they're bringing it into a little organ on the roof of their mouth called the vomeronasal organ.
That
so
sounds
they
disgusting.
Lick something disgusting, put it on the roof of their mouth and go, delicious, scent of cat. So yeah, you've got 100% hot husky dog looking for probably a bigger swimming pool. I think this guy's going to need a bigger boat. He's living life in the water.
He's not like, because I know that when they get like too hot, their tongue kind of lolls to the side, and then that's when you really need to like get them out of the heat and give them some water and stuff.
Yeah.
But he just kind of looks like he's chilling.
No, he was nice. I mean, the thing is, these kinds of dogs do get really hot really quickly. They've got a super thick coat. It's a nice, warm, sunny day by the looks of things. And they can only thermoregulate, dogs, with their feet and with their tongue. So, but his mouth is not open right here.
When you say thermoregulate, what does that mean?
Oh, yeah, very good point. Well made. So, like, to keep cool, he can only do that with his feet and with his tongue.
Do they sweat?
No. Dogs
What
are
about
not
at their
sweaty.
paws?
On their paws, they sweat. They leave little
Tiny
sweaty
sweaty
paws.
paws.
Yes.
Just look at me more. What do we have now? The dancing dog! Oh, you're gonna break all of my dreams. He's dancing. He's dancing.
He looks like he's dancing, doesn't he? I'm so sorry, Verity.
He's definitely dancing. He's definitely dancing.
He's got a certain jig about him for sure. I mean, most dogs don't do that, right? You haven't seen many dogs do that.
If I could make Shadow do that, I would probably, but he'd dance all the time.
Exactly. If my dog could dance, he would dance.
Yeah.
But I think actually what we're seeing here a little bit is a young puppy who's got a neurological dysfunction here. He's got a muscular and neurological issue, I would say, and he's been born this way. Poor little pupper. So yeah, I think he would need a bit of specialist vet help there to deal with that. But I honestly think, again, I don't think the people who made this video think that he's dancing. I think this has been pinched and like relabeled, because I'm pretty sure anybody who had this puppy would know that he's not 100% a happy dog right here.
Does he look happy though, apart from
He does, yeah. I mean, the rest of his body language is pretty comfy. He's got a really sweet, gentle wag.
How can you tell from his body language that it's comfy?
So his tail is like low and semi-waggy. I don't think he's 100% comfortable in his body, because you wouldn't be if you were walking this way. He's either got a bit of pain there or he's got a closed mouth as well, which isn't great. He's got lovely blinky eyes. I would say he's with people that he finds comforting though, because he's walking straight towards them like, hello friend, you know. But yeah, hard, tricky dog, V. Gotta pick a sad one. What is she like?
I
Jiminy
didn't pick
Cricket.
a sad one. I literally picked a dancing dog.
That's fair.
Like,
That's fair.
oh my gosh. Okay,
What you got?
so the next one, I don't know. I'm really hoping it's a nice one, because I'm quite sad about the dancing dog now. He
Look,
wasn't a
there's
dancing
loads, and I
dog.
believe in you. You can show me a beautiful dog video.
No pressure. No. Oh my god.
Aww.
Is he copying Dad?
He's super cute, isn't he?
Is he
He's super
copying
cute.
Dad?
Let's just watch it
Please
one more
tell
time.
me. No, please tell me. He's copying Dad. It's all really lovely. It's all really nice.
They're so cute, aren't they? Puppies are so cute. So you've got a young puppy. So he's less than 15 weeks. This is like a brand new baby dog, just left mum, and he's teething right now. So that means his big teeth are coming through and pushing his little teeth are painful. Actually, he's got a very painful and owie jaw right now.
Do baby dogs, puppies, do they lose their teeth? Like,
Yeah.
is
Yes.
there a dog teeth fairy?
I think there is. I've definitely put Foxes out and he got a tiny little milk bone. Although a lot of people don't find them, they'll tend to swallow them. They'll get stuck in like a toy and they get swallowed, or sometimes you'll find them and people are like, I found my dog's tooth. I've brought it to training classes, look. Yeah, they do. They get,
really?
adult
I did not know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you've got Cute Dog and he is doing what all puppies do at this age, which is nibbling fingers, because they are the perfect size for teething. They are like just the right shape. They want to get them into the corners of their mouth and just really have a good old chew on them. Unfortunately for us, puppy teeth are super sharp. So this chap is doing exactly what we advise doing, which is saying, yeah, ow. You got to respond, right? If your puppy is going to bite your fingers, you need to say, that's an ow. I don't like that. That hurts when you bite me that way. And the puppy has responded. Now, I would say, like, it's super cute. I don't know, he could be directly imitating. I'm not inside that dog's brain. It's perfectly feasible that he's seen a behaviour and copied, you know, what his owner is doing. They definitely do that. There's an amazing training route you can go down called Do As I Do, and they literally teach dogs to copy.
I've done that with Shadow, teaching him to chew a bone.
Was this a wild Saturday night for you? We just get a chewy on it.
I bought like a massive bone for him, and because of my dog's a rescue dog and we're not sure of his background, but we know that he definitely didn't know what bones were. So we we had to get in his bed and pick
while
up
he was
the
in
bone.
it? Not when he was in
No,
it?
not while he was in it. Got in his bed and then kind of just like, I didn't actually chew the bone, but I looked like I was chewing the bone, and then I offered it to him. And then I offered it to him, and he kind of went, ah. And I went, yeah, ah. And then back, ah. And now he knows what to do with bones.
Right? It's the things you do, and this is why you're such a beautiful dog owner. She goes the whole way. But this is it, is, you know, they will imitate, they'll copy you. If they see you do something, then they will copy you. I think in this case, that's probably not what's happening here.
Oh.
So this puppy's like learning about his owners. He looks really comfortable. He's chilling on his side. He's on Dad's shoulder. He's having a whale of a time. And one of the things that a dog might do if they don't really know what's going on is they might vocalize. So some dogs will be like, what? If you say sit and they say, I don't know what sit means, they'll say, what? So I think that's probably what's happening.
What he's doing?
Yeah, he's like, what? But it's getting a really lovely reaction, so. And he's like, okay, brilliant, game on, Dad loves it, I'm going to chew the finger again, and we do the same conversation. But
Has he got, you know, you said before, like, whale eye?
yeah.
Does he have whale eye a little bit? Or is that just the breed?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think that's the angle that you are at in this video. So sometimes dogs will show you the whites of their eyes and it kind of like, this moment here though, when he's like backs off a little bit, that's definitely a moment that the dog says, I just need to take a second and figure out what's happened here. Because it sounds like, Dad, you've just woofed in my face.
Yeah, like a, whoa, wait, what happened?
Time out, 2 seconds. Let's card this. And he's just as shocked that Dad's giggling, like, what?
So he literally,
he loves it.
He bites him,
yeah.
And then the dad's like, no, and he goes, whoa, what's happening here?
What's going on? Yeah.
And then goes back in.
And then Dad giggles, so he's like, oh, okay, it's game on. And dogs will respond, like we can train them to do so much so quickly. And this is cute, but you've also got to remember that we're now training this behaviour. So actually in 2 repetitions that puppy's learned, if I go, you go, ow! And then laugh, and I go, she loves it, she loves it.
I'm like reinforcing your behaviours now.
So cute, but cautionary tale.
Yeah.
What do you want to teach your dog to do?
So I've been wondering about this one for a little while, because I think I know what's going on.
Okay.
But I kind of just want to check that actually is.
Okay, so let's watch it. You tell me what you think's happening, and then we'll watch it again, and I'll tell you what I think's happening. Yeah?
Oh, I hate this because I'm going to be wrong.
She's very good. I bet you never know.
I'm going to be wrong.
Oh.
Please tell me.
Super cute. Okay, so tell me what you think is going on.
Well, clearly, Mr. Pickle is the dog's favourite toy.
Uh-huh.
And then the giant Mr. Pickle comes in and he's like, oh my God, the toy has come to life and he's huge. And then he goes to check him out and he's like, it is Mr. Pickle. This is like the Nutcracker. This is the best Christmas ever. Like, this is what happens. Like, I can see it's right here.
And that's it. And you know, if you had like a favourite teddy bear, she doesn't even want to know. She doesn't even want to. That's what's happening, Verity. That's exactly what was happening.
It's Disneyland for dogs, isn't
100%, you know. And if your teddy bear came in, human-sized, you wouldn't freak out at all. That would be fine. You'd be like, that is cool.
I hate this so much.
Do you want to know? Do you want to take the red pill and go back? Do you want to go back into the Matrix?
Give me a second.
It's okay. You can if you want to.
It's Mr. Pickle. Mr. Pickle is nice. Mr. Pickle is good. Okay, right, let's go.
So you got a cool little dog. He's chilling with his favourite toy.
It's very nice, dog.
Sweet, look in.
Very
Definitely not looking massively comfortable at this. About 5 seconds in, he's like,
how can you tell that? Because for me, that's like, it's a happy Labrador.
yeah.
Is it a Labrador golden retriever?
Yeah, he's a golden retriever. I think.
What's the difference? Are they not the same?
No, they're not. I mean, they do
Yellow
a very
dog.
similar job. Fluffy. One's floofy, one's less floofy. Let's leave it at that. Let's leave
Is that okay?
Yeah, you got a floofier version.
But he's a boofer, surely.
He's a proper boofer.
Okay. So, how? For me, that just looks like a happy dog who's just playing with his toy. But you say he doesn't feel comfortable.
He's like had an alert. So again, with any dog video, as much as we can say about dog behaviour, and we can analyse it forever, and I do. But you'll never really know what's going on in their head, you know. You can pick up on lots of different things in their body language, but I don't know exactly what's going on. But I can tell you from the way that he's sitting right now, he's like, huh? I've got a closed mouth moment. I'm taking in as much information through my nose as I can. And if you look at his ears right here, one of them's forward and one of them's a little back. He's a little bit like, and that tells me his brain is sort of, I kind of want to go in this direction, but I'm interested in what's happening in front of me over here. What is going to play out, says the dog.
Mr. Pickle is going to come in and it's going to be great. No.
And then he gets up super slow and you get this kind of stalk behaviour. And this is a dog who's not, I wouldn't say at this point, 100% comfortable. Now, caveats, right? We forget that dogs are not a visual species. So we're like, look, this looks like the same as this.
Yeah.
It looks the same. And they say, let me check. So dogs have to smell stuff before they can understand it. So at this point here, the dog's like, I'm just going to come in and get a little bit of extra sniff information and see who this person actually is. And if you do this with your own dog, this will happen. So when you come home from work, sometimes they'll hear you pull up in like the car or whatever, but...
Not my dog. He's always asleep because he's very old.
Yeah, he's an old dog.
Yeah.
But he's going to smell you first. So he's going to sniff under the door and be like...
It's not just the dog.
Smells like mom!
It's not just the dog.
And so you want to think like, at this point here, the dog is checking for scent information, and then he sniffs his dad in the crotch. Good place to check.
Nice.
Does a little jump up, which again can be a bit of an like anxiety-related behaviour. And then he gets a total whiff of his dad, and suddenly he's like, "Oh my gosh, yes." However, at this point here, like this giant toy man has grappled him, and there is going to be a moment of like, "Oh, how is this going to play out? I'm not so sure." And then you get this kind of abundant, boisterous play behaviour, which absolutely, yes, is agreeing, because right now he's so wiggly that you know that he knows that it's dad, right? 100%. So this is not a toy. This is my man friend in a blanket that's got eyes. I don't know why.
So rather than him, so basically what happens is he's just sat there chilling with his little pickle, having a great time. Something walks into the room that he doesn't recognise, and he's like, he doesn't see it as Mr. Pickle. It's clearly Mr. Pickle.
Yeah,
he
I mean,
doesn't see it.
They've put a lot of effort into that costume. It's beautiful. In terms of dog ownership, 200% yes.
They are.
What a lovely gesture.
But then, so it's actually even sweeter then, from what you're saying, is that he's like, oh, what's this? I don't know what this is. I'm just going to go and investigate. Oh my God, it's Dad!
Exactly.
So, like, all of that reaction is just for his dad.
Absolutely.
Or her dad.
Yeah, right. He actually loves his dad loads more than the other toy. But do you know the one thing that definitely gets overlooked in a video like this is, I'm always looking at this, but is the other dog. So if we go back to like 26 seconds in and we'll check it through again. And the other dog's like, hey, let me check out who this smelly man thing is.
The dog's like, no.
Blonde dog says, get off my friend. And black dog's like, why can't I just get involved a little bit? And he's like, no, leave him alone. He's my man, toy man.
Is it? Again, this might just be something that I've heard, and I don't know if it's a Labrador retriever. Do you get black labs and black retrievers? Can you get black retrievers?
Yeah, both of those things are possible.
Gold one's goofy, black one's smart, and I don't know about brown ones.
Brown ones tend to get sort of, labelled as the slightly thicker Labrador.
They're
slightly less intelligent.
They're very lovely.
They are beautiful. I love a chocolate dog. My dog is a chocolate dog.
Brown dogs rule.
You know what? You can never... There's so many dogs. There's so many beautiful dogs. You can't label and just say...
That one's a smart one.
Right? Or that blondes have more fun. That's not cool. It's not true. It's okay.
Okay. Well, that's good to know then, because I'm pretty sure that I've always been told that, like, with this certain breed, that colour will have that behaviour.
Yeah, I think it's just really dangerous to generalise. I think it is dangerous to generalise. I've met loads of very cool and very smart Labradors, and they've been lots of different colours.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, Labradors are great. All dogs are great.
Although that's a golden retriever, so.
Okay, don't look.
Okay.
This one. Now, I was super interested in this one because my brother and sister-in-law had the most lovely English Bull Terrier forever. And he was such a softie, and he was so sweet, and he was so lovely, but also a bit daft sometimes, like super, super daft sometimes, because they're made to be kicked in the head, right? Like, that's the breed type, because they've got like the long face, and they were on the back of bulls or horses or whatever, or the front, and that's why they have the small eyes and the long faces and the But yeah, so when I saw this one, I was like, oh, what's happening here?
Okay. Wow, very interesting.
I mean, she wasn't happy with that. That wasn't like the owners making him
Happy
do that,
face.
surely. Like that, she just asked him to go down the stairs.
She did, yeah, she did. You know, and again...
He took a run up.
He did. He went halfway down the stairs and went, no, I think we can do this better.
Is that what he did?
Or
like,
did he?
What is that?
Again, I know nothing about this dog. I don't know the context. I don't know his previous learning history. He's got a very red nose, which if you've got a white dog, you can kind of tell when they're a little bit stressed, because you'll see their skin will flush. And you see this really obviously in English Bull Terriers, because they've got this like super white nose. It tends to get pink quite quick. And so Mim's like, do you want to go downstairs? And he's running at speed. And this is kind of almost what I call zoomy speed. You know, when your dog has had a bath or... Super quick.
Why? Sorry, just why do dogs get the poop zoomies?
Don't you? Do you not come out of... Every time you go for a poo and you come out the bathroom, you do a little whistle. You don't notice that you do it, but you do.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's a very joyful moment. You've like let go of something, you're onto something new. And dogs will do the same thing. They get just as excited about the fact that they've just got rid of that. Moving on.
Shadow generally never looks happier. He like goes around, does his business, and then he's like, a little trot pony, and comes running back over.
Yeah.
Like,
I did that, and now you're going to have to pick it up. That's not what they're thinking. I'm massively guessing on that one. But exactly that one. Can we say that again?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's really important that we don't anthropomorphise too much with dogs because they're not people. And I know I really struggle. I do the dog voice a lot when I'm watching dogs. It's easy for us to check a comedy voice over this one.
She might be the qualified behaviourist, but take it from me as somebody that knows nothing. Dogs is people.
I love dogs. They're as close as they're going to get, isn't it? And for a lot of people, they are people. It looks to me like this dog has gone halfway down the stairs and actually is struggling with it, is what I would say. So the other problem you've got is that you can hear his nails, right? He's got quite long nails and he's running on a shiny surface.
And they're quite steep stairs as well.
They are, yeah.
So if you were kind of, I guess, going forward,
head first.
Could put like...
Not that stops him in terms of speed. He's like, we're going to do this, we're going down quickly. And then he kind of gets to the bottom of the stairs. Maybe there's a bit of it that he's like, maybe mum's not coming with me, or do I need to do this again? It's hard for us to know exactly, but I've got a sneaking suspicion he's like, the quickest and easiest way for me to do this is to jump the stairs, which doesn't end well for his poor little face. Not that he didn't already have a big nose, he's going to have an even bigger one now. Poor little schnoz face. So yeah, like, get carpet. Just get some carpet.
Is it really?
Yeah. The dog is going to pitter-patter gently down those stairs if he's got some traction, he's got some grip.
See, my friend lives in a flat with really steep stairs and I want to take Shadow around, but I'm really worried about him because he's quite old as well, like trying to go down the really steep stairs and kind of struggling a little bit.
Yeah.
So could I teach him to go down backwards?
You could. I don't. Some dogs will probably find that scarier. You kind of see puppies will do like one step at a time, and if they're long enough, I'd always advise to just let them put their 2 feet on and then invite them this way, and then they put the back feet on and they kind of helter-skelter down this way.
So what you're saying is that they need to install like a stair lift.
Dog lift.
Dog lift.
This is the solution.
I hear this.
Guys, jump on it. It's as simple as that.
There's a whole new line for Stanner. Other stair lifts are available.
The dog lift.
Okay.
I'm not looking.
Yeah, you totally looked.
I didn't look. I wasn't even reading.
You looked. Okay, so now I've got just a couple of classics.
Classics. Gotta love a classic. Okay.
That I need you to look at. You were talking about the dawn of the internet before. This has got to be like one of the all-time classic dog videos.
Absolute winner.
I love him.
It's named Jesus Christ in Richmond Park. Oh, that poor guy. Just straight over the road. All of the deer. Straight over the road.
I never noticed that.
Look at all the cars. Dude, funny, not funny. Funny, not funny.
Oh, so funny.
Oh, my goodness.
So funny.
So we've got some deer. They're having a nice day.
Just
chewing some grass.
Doing what deer do.
Perfectly socialised to traffic. Very cool. Can just drive straight through.
I never thought of that.
Not getting involved with the cars, not trying to pinch anything out the windows, you know, doing their deer thing.
They're missing a trick here.
Yeah. And then, like a bolt of lightning.
Here comes Fenton.
Fenton is on his way. The deers still, for some reason, aren't that worried about it until they see, oh, that's the whole family. Family's coming. The whole family's coming through here. This has got to be serious. And then we see the dog chasing. Yeah, tricky. The guy is trying so hard to keep up with his dog. It's just not happening. And then, yeah, he herds those deer very gracefully across moving traffic.
I've been that guy before. Luckily, Shadow wasn't herding deer. He's normally trying to get into somebody's car or maybe find out where the snacks are anywhere in a park. But it's not fun. Like, it's really not fun.
It's not fun. I really feel for this guy. Poor guy.
It's been a great workout.
Yeah. It's funny. It's also not funny. Why isn't it funny?
It's not funny because the deer are running into traffic.
Number A, deer in traffic, not okay. Like, not okay for the cars, not okay for the deer. Now, like, this is a perfectly natural
What kind of dog is
behaviour.
Fenton?
It's very difficult to see from this video, I have to say.
Does anybody know?
Does anybody know?
Does anybody know?
If you know, you can put a comment in the box underneath and let us know what breed of dog Fenton is. I don't think I ever got the 411 on that. This was probably, what, like 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Maybe this video now. So I have a sneaking suspicion.
Some kind of herding breed?
I actually think he was something in a hunt point retrieve type dog. So like a pointery type.
Hunty pointy retrieve.
Dude, let's just Google it. Why are we even doing here? So the point here is that it's totally natural.
Fenton?
It's a strong name.
It's a very strong name, but...
Oh, he's a Labrador. I think he's a Labrador. By the pictures.
Smart black Labrador, but obviously all dogs are equally smart, especially black, yellow and brown dogs.
Oh, love him. Former barista. His owner is no longer a barista. Barrister.
Right, when you said former barista, I thought you meant...
He's a former barista
I thought you
for
meant
coffee.
Fenton made coffee.
Oh, yeah, no.
I mean, dog law school, that was too far, but in my head, dog coffee maker, absolutely fine.
Yeah, so Labrador, there you go. Black Lab.
Are they herders, naturally?
So, Black Labradors are bred to carry. Generally, actually...
Were they gun dogs?
Yes, so they do a really good sit-stay. So, actually, the one thing that he should be doing right now...
Sitting and staying.
Sitting and staying. Like, that's what his breed is.
I love Fenton.
Sit, stay, get the bird, carry the bird, share the bird. That's his job, right?
Oh, share the bird.
Share the bird.
Oh.
Don't eat the bird.
No. Never eat
So,
the bird.
totally natural instinctive behaviour. Chasing stuff has got to happen. You've got to be able to chase stuff. It's important. Generally, a different dog's job, a different breed of dog's job. The reason that this is a bit of a dodgy video is that, you know, dogs will get shot if they chase livestock. It's actually a proper criminal offence. So if your dog is worrying the livestock, and I think he was doing more than worrying them there, I think he was doing, like, he went full Lion King, wildebeest, off the edge of the cliff, straight into a road. So it's really important that we do a bit of training with a dog like Fenton so that he isn't chasing livestock, because it literally endangers everybody's life.
Yeah, so he could get shot.
Yeah, and dogs do. And actually, it's the farmer's right if they wanted to. If you're freaking my livestock out, then I'm going to take you down. So I'm sure Fenton's dad, you can hear, is not all that impressed either about Fenton's behaviour, but there's loads that you can do there, teaching him a bit of a leave it. The trouble is, once the dog is chasing, almost impossible to switch them back out of that again.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really hard thing to interrupt. So yeah, you've got to do a lot of pre-training.
How do you get your dog back?
You don't let him off lead until you know that he's going to come back in a situation like that.
But what... Okay, so they call that recall.
That's what that's called, yeah.
So, what if your dog is like 95% great and you're just having a really lovely afternoon, but then there's like some kind of squirrel bull pit snack situation going on in the corner, like literally dog's best day. Is it okay if a little bit they don't have recall, or like what? I don't know, because most dogs I don't think like have 100% recall.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's hard, and this is the thing, you can't 100% reliable recall is a really difficult thing to say that you can 100% do.
Yeah. And
a lot of trainers will go down the route of using aversives in that context, because the one thing the dog is going to do is move away from the scary thing.
What's an aversive?
So anything that creates pain or or fear, or like a shock, or so electric shock collar might get used, or that's what a lot of people would do for dogs who do that. And it's a very difficult behaviour to shake out of.
Shock the dog?
Yeah. I mean, the prey drive is a really strong instinct. It's almost as strong as chasing after females who are in heat. It's not a technique that I would use. It's not a piece of kit that I would use, you know.
If you're one of these people that shocks your dog, I hate you.
I don't judge you. I know, like...
Yeah, she's nice. I hate you.
There's lots of different ways to to go about training dogs. It's not a technique that I use. Equally, I haven't had to retrain a dog who's definitely chased livestock and killed one. Like, that's a really,
Well,
really
just put him on a
rewarding
really
thing.
long lead. Don't shock the dog.
There's other
Pretty
ways.
sure the dog would enjoy being on a longer lead than he would being electrocuted.
You've got to put some preliminary training in. It's really important with recall because it keeps everybody safe, isn't it? It's one of those things.
Leave your dogs alone.
Babe, stop getting judgy. Don't get judgy. People's people.
Yeah, dogs is dogs. Don't hurt the dogs.
I mean, the thing
Simple.
is, from their perspective, you know, actually that dog is in danger, as are those animals, if it keeps doing that behaviour. So, you know, you could argue that that is better than that dog getting killed or an animal getting killed or any of those people in those cars getting killed, was to say to that dog, like, don't do that. And that's the only time I'm going to tell you in this way. As I say, not a technique that I use personally, but it's a really difficult behaviour to change, chasing livestock.
What would you do if you had Fenton as a client?
I do lots and lots of sessions teaching him to be aware of a stimulus like a deer.
Squirrel ball party.
Squirrel ball party, and then I'm going to call him away from that at a distance that I know that he can concentrate, and I'm going to heavily reward that with exactly the same game, which is chase. So I'll probably get like a flirt pole, which is like a stick with a string on it and something flirty at the end, like a squirrel. And I would teach my dog that actually when you see something moving quickly, wait, look at me, and I'll tell you when you can get it. And if you can say yes to a dog, then you can also say no. And so we teach the dog to chase on an appropriate thing so that we can then say leave it and build in that impulse control so they can come away. So there's lots of things you can do with a dog like that. You just have to take it in baby steps and maybe don't let them off lead around deer in a country park.
No.
Even if they're a sit and wait Labrador, who should know better by breed.
I think, okay, so the last one that we're going to look at is one that I just put in there. It's one that I just put in there. I think I know how you already feel about this because we've had a conversation about this.
Okay.
But I'm going to make you watch it.
I love
again
this.
Anyway.
This is like Verity reacts to the behaviourist reaction.
It's a
Don't cringe. I've never hit you. What is this? Only ever given you snacks.
So I think it's really important that everybody hears what I've heard quite a few times.
Okay. I'm really interested to see which video you've picked now.
All right, well, apparently while I was out,
They had a party.
somebody got into the kitty cat treats. Now,
I'd just like to stop and say at this point here, right? Cat treats are the tastiest snacks for dogs. They have the highest meat content of any of the
It's
snacks.
because they're made from cats.
This is it. This is how you train dogs. They're not made from cats. But they've got really high meat content because cats need a lot more meat than dogs. So if your dog is going to eat snacks, they're going to like cat snacks.
Can dogs eat cat snacks?
It's not advised.
Is it the taurine or something that cats have that dogs don't have?
Exactly that. And what is taurine? Do we know?
Red Bull.
Yeah.
Oh, seriously?
No, literally.
Oh, cool.
But cats need that. It's a really important part of their
Cats
diet.
need Red Bull.
Yeah, no, not Red Bull,
Cats
but
need Red
taurine.
Bull.
Okay, so that's my caveat, all right?
Okay.
Cat snacks have obviously been eaten. I don't blame the dog for this, right? Because cat snacks are tasty.
suspect number
Because they're
one.
made of cats. Oh, he's so old.
Is it you, Macy?
He's got a very lovely bandana on. Looks very tired, doesn't he? This little
Did you do
I
golden.
love you, Macy. She's so old.
Did you?
Do you see all this? So let's just stop here again. So we've got like an old golden retriever, not a Labrador.
Same.
Grey retriever almost now because she's so old.
It's what I like to call a grey face.
Yeah.
And they are my particular favourite type of dog.
They are beautiful.
Any dog over the age of 9.
They're wise, aren't they? They've seen the world. And you know that this lady has, because actually what she's just been doing for the last couple of seconds is she gets shown this cat treat pack and she's like, I'm not going to sniff that for residual treats. She's like, I'm going to just turn my head away ever so gently in a no thank you, a very sweet calming signal. It's the first thing your dog's going to do if they feel a bit uncomfortable.
When you say calming signal,
Yeah.
what does that actually mean?
Yeah, so calming signals are ways that we communicate that we would like the environment to chill out. So they're really useful for like social species. Exactly. That's quite a severe one, actually. That's you probably gave me waylife for a minute then. But if there was someone who's making you feel uncomfortable, one of the first things you might do is like look away or move gently away.
Oh, yeah, when someone's,
Right
maybe in like public transport, you're on a train or something, and someone gets a little bit too close and you're like, okay, calm down, buddy, we're just going to go this way.
In fact, the first calming signal in that context is that you put your bag on the seat, don't you? And that's your way of saying, that's my space, I would like you to not be in it.
Put the armrest down and leave your hand over.
And dogs will also do things like lip licking. I've actually written a book about this, so you can like read all about dog body language.
Oh, seriously?
In the book that I wrote, yes.
Nice.
So, it's true, fact. And calming signals are really important to look for because they're the subtle signs that say, I'm not 100% comfy right here. And what that will escalate to if they're ignored is aggression. So hopefully that doesn't happen
moving
here.
the head away will probably be one of the first ones, like avoiding, was it avoiding eye contact?
Yeah, not being direct, just sort of saying, no, I don't want any problems here. And you
Uh-huh.
might get like a nose lick, and the dog will lick its nose.
Oh, really?
And then sometimes you get a little paw raise, like we had with the Staffy. So that would have started off as a little, I don't want any problems. They sort of lift their paw up. A lot of people think that the dog is giving paw when they do that.
Yeah.
So they'll say, give a paw, give a paw, give a paw. And the dog will say, oh.
I don't know what's happening.
And the human goes, yes. And the dog goes, oh, amazing. This is,
really?
okay, you want me to be insecure. All right, we can do that. No, that's
Here's
not.
a treat, be insecure.
But we teach them this way. Okay, so let's see what's going to happen next. So old dog says,
you did.
I'm going to turn my head away. A little lip lick there. Do you see a little, just gently?
Number 2. What? Did you do this? Denver, did you do this? Denver, was this you? Denver, you won't look at me. Did you? What? Denver, did you do this? Look at me.
Now, I feel like we both did an intake of breath, but we're thinking two completely different things. I was like, oh, he looks so guilty. And I feel like that wasn't your reaction.
It's weird because the music is even like some sort of like the end of a Western kind of.
To be honest, they are not long out of a saloon.
You know,
There was a
he's
gunfight.
Still wearing his
What's
bandana.
gone on? He deserved those cat snacks.
Okay, so let's just break this down just in baby steps so that you
Okay.
can see what I can see. Because I understand it's really easy for us to think, just like with the Staffy, that dogs know when they've done something wrong. Like that's really obvious for them that they know what they've done. And we can kind of go down this thought process that therefore like dogs have a sense of morality. What we're saying is that dogs have an understanding of morality, that they can factor the idea of good and bad, when actually most of the time for dogs it's a case of it's functional or it's not functional. You know, I don't know that this is bad behaviour, I just really want to get your attention.
What? No,
And
no.
over time you're going to be like,
because
stop stretching my jumper.
Yeah, there's good dog and there's bad dog. We all know this. Like,
There's just dog.
There's just
It's
dog.
just dog. There's just dog doing dog thing. And when dogs do a dog thing, they've got something they're trying to achieve at the end of it. Like they want to get something or find something or discover something or calm themselves down or eat the cat treats because they're delicious. Why would you not do that? They don't really understand this concept of right and wrong. We sort of teach them consequences. So just like with Mr. Staffy, who was like, I've learned that when I do this, you leave me alone. This doggo has kind of learned that actually there's not a lot that he can do to get his dad to get out of his face. So it's sort of set up as a kind of comedy. You're like, ah ha ha ha, the dog knows that he's done something wrong, but when you can see what I can see, I'm going to walk you through it. Don't worry. You'll start to kind of see he's a sad dog. He's not 100% happy. And you might be like, well, he deserves to be sad because he ate the cat treats. But actually, he's giving so many like I love you and I'm sorry faces right here that once you can see them, it's really hard to not see them. So let's check this out. So we're like 40 seconds and he's sitting in a corner. He's by a door. Like that's about as close to
Trying to leave the room.
the emergency exit as you can get, right? That's, I want to get out of here. I don't want to be in here. I'm not comfortable.
But his tail's wagging. Like when dogs' tails wag, that means they're happy, right?
Yeah, no. What? I know, it's mind-blowing. And this is why we all need to learn more about dog body language.
No, dog tail wagging equals happy.
Well, so we always thought, right, this is it. And
Is
then,
that not true at all?
sadly, it's not as simple as that. Some dog tail wags are really happy dog tail wags. But some dog tail wags are, I'm about to chase a cat tail wags.
Nice.
Again, we could go into this in depth and you can find out loads more about this. In fact, I did a video series that you can learn all about dog body language if you go to amplifybehaviour.com. You can buy that dog body language series. It's right there, and I'll take you through all of this in the tail. But for now, we're going to deep dive into calming signals because this guy is like full of them. So he's sitting, right, which is a good way of resting, sure. Also really good at covering up your anal gland, and that gives away the signature smell of the dog. So one of the first things a dog will do if it's a bit uncomfortable is they'll sit down and just cover their bum, and it's their way of sort of like putting some shades on, putting some earphones in and saying, I don't want any drama, you know. So he's sitting in the corner by the door.
I've seen my dog sit in this way. When I can tell he's like nervous about something, but then he'll go and lick his pee-pee afterwards. That's a bit weird.
He always goes full lipstick, huh?
Yeah, but he will like literally like the way that his bum's curved under and the way that his like legs are a little bit further back on his body than is naturally.
And you're seeing what you've just described there, this like curly back is what we call a rounded top line. So when the dog is kind of hunched over a little bit and its tummy is held in, you can see all that tension in his body. He's not a comfortable boy right here. And so then on his face we've got these like, his eyes are closed. He's not even looking, right? He's so closed. And again, there's no better way that a dog can say like, I don't want any drama, than just being like, I can't even see you, I don't even want any problems, I love you and I'm sorry. And all of this posture right here is trying to tell his dad like, I love you, I don't know why you're upset, I can tell you're upset because you're being very accusatory, my ears are back, my mouth is closed, and I don't want any problems. And so yeah, this wagging, and this is what I would call like an appeasement wag. It's kind of a bit nervous. It's his way of just being like, I'm not 100% comfy right here, right now.
But I'm also not aggressive.
I'm also, I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy.
Oh.
And again, his dad asks him, and what do we get here? That slow head turn. His head is down. Everything in his body language just says, I don't want any problems, Dad. I don't know what you want me to say. But yet again, for the purpose of the video, because we think it's funny, he's like, what did you do? You dog that I know would never bite me.
Is he scared?
He's really uncomfortable, like deeply uncomfortable in this video. And you can see like his mouth is in tension, all of the lines around his face are really tense, and he's looking right away, and everything in his head is saying, I don't know what you want. Now, let's check out these ears, right? At this point here, so we're at like 1 minute 4.
He has Dobby the house elf ears.
Yeah, they're like sort of appeasing. They're also out to the side, so he's guarding his personal space a bit here. He's like I don't want any drama, but also I'm in a corner and you're still coming at me, and I don't really know what to do from this point, Dad. I know there's actually a mouth-shaped hole in those cat treats, and it's actually so perfect that I do wonder whether or not the dog ever actually took the treats.
Oh, really? Well, I guess when dogs tend to like thinking about from home, I mean, unless another person has something on the other side and you pull it that way, like normally there's more of like a rippy chomp chomp.
Yeah, it's quite a perfect little mouth shape. He hasn't got like a scissor, you know, he's
like
not going to...
hole punch mouth.
Yeah, exactly. That's a really unnatural... Anyway, we don't know that. He might have got into the cat treats. I'm not, you know... Denver, you might have done it. It's as simple as that. But now we're at like 1 minute and 18 seconds, and now you can see he's escalating. Okay, so we talked about these calming signals. If your dog is saying no thank you, just get out of his face. Like, it's really important. Otherwise, we teach the dog to be aggressive. Like Staffy Man learnt, I put my paw up and look, that means no thank you. That will make you go away. Denver's like, okay, well, the head down didn't work. The closed eyes didn't work. The corner of the room didn't work, and you're still in my face. And now I'm just gonna start to lift up and just show you my teeth here. I'm just gonna show you my teeth because, and yet again, with so much blinking, everything in the rest of his body and that big nose lick
So what
again.
does showing the teeth mean?
So those are the dog's weapons, aren't they? That's what they're there for. They're designed to say...
Did he literally just go like, you know, when a guy walks into a bar and is like, got a gun?
Do you know what I'm saying? Like...
He's like, oh, I'm scared,
I could use it.
I got a gun.
Don't forget, I've got these and I have got them, you know. So
He must be really scared. He clearly loves his dad.
I bet he does love his dad, though. I think he probably still does. You can have moments like this and your dog can still absolutely adore you because they're very loyal and forgiving and kind and just brilliant. So I'm not going to say that he doesn't love his dad. He might love his dad. They've just got a complicated relationship, you know, and one that I'd love to inject some compassion into, because honestly, Denver's dad doesn't know that he doesn't know. He genuinely thinks that his dog knows that he's done something wrong.
Yeah.
And for a human, we look at this and you're like, this is...
Denver doesn't know that the cat treats. Like, he doesn't know that that's what that's about.
There's no reason that I could see that I could say that the dog knows that stealing those treats is what's got him in trouble. Now, you can scream at me all you like and be like, no, dogs know when they've done something wrong, but I promise you, they're so good at reading body language that when you come in, I could make my dog look like this if I came in and went, what have you done? What's this? What's this about? If he can tell that my face is angry and my body language is angry, he's going to do everything that he can to make sure that we stay sweet, because I feed him and make sure he goes out for walks and give him pets and things. So yeah, you've got a lot of teeth stripping. And this goes on for an inordinately long time, doesn't it? Really? Poor little Denver. Oh, lad. Everything in this dog for me, like, I'm just like, you know what? And look how the thank you eyes, as soon as dad backs off, like, let's check that out. We're at 1 minute 50 and the dog's like, oh, he's backed off. Oh,
he does look
thank
really
you.
relieved.
Thank goodness for that. I'm not going to die today. Oh, sad face. And then he does a little walk off, apparently very guilty, takes himself off somewhere else because he's avoided getting brutalised by his dad. Oh, Denver. Now listen, if you have been in a situation like this with your dog and thrust something at it and been like, oh, you know that you've done something wrong, like there's no I say there's no room for guilt. There isn't, like, there's no point in us feeling bad about things that we didn't know to do. Like, these things happen, we're all learning, but I just really encourage people to keep learning. And if you see something really weird that your dog is doing, go, why is my dog doing that? Rather than just be like, huh, hilarious, stick a backing track on it. Because, yeah, you might end up finding out later down the line that your dog is sad face and not actually that guilty. So, yeah.
Oh, man. So that was really interesting, and also my heart is broken quite a lot.
It's going to be
but
okay.
That's really good. I've had a look at your book as well, and it's amazing and it's really good, and it's definitely helped me understand a little bit more about what's going on. So, like, always Googling, like, dog body language if you're not sure, and like there's your book out, and then there's the stuff on the amplified behaviour as well. What would you say are like the top 3 things that you should know about your dog, or you should learn before you get a dog, or even if you have a dog and you're not sure? Like, what are the 3 things that, like, pet owners should know? Are there 3?
Oh, there's more than 3. There's so many more than 3. It's a really good question. I think the first thing I would do always is learn about dog body language. You don't just get given a car and keys. Thank God somebody teaches you how to drive it. And really,
I still crashed
really
a lot.
It was really early on, babe. You did really well. But you should always just learn how to drive your dog, you know, and I mean that in that you can't learn how to understand a language unless you've got a teacher, and finding someone who can help you to navigate dog conversations and help you to see some of those bits of body language, I think, is really crucial. So absolutely learn as much as you can about dog body language, and always question the source. And don't take my word for it. Don't take any one person's word for it. Always look at lots of different people's perspectives on what they're observing. We all look at stuff with our sort of bias, our judgment over the top of it, and it's really important that you've got lots of different places that you can go to, so you've got a broad perspective on what might be happening in that context.
Because you're from, like, the positive reinforcement
Yeah.
language of like training?
Yes. I mean, I believe I use a scientific understanding of learning theory. So I understand the way that all animals learn, and believe it or not, all animals learn in the same way.
And if you
Doesn't matter
learn
what
these
they are.
techniques, you can do it to humans too.
It's true. We learn in the same way. We all like a pat on the back and some praise, and praise is really powerful. Not to say that I don't give punishments. I do still give punishments. I just do them with love. And for me, a punishment is taking the dog away from something that they find fun, or holding back a reward for a while until I think they've earned it, rather than using any pain or fear. So the second thing I would say is see if you can find a dog behaviour specialist that is loving, and that uses those kinds of techniques and takes the time needed to teach the dog what we want them to do, so that you don't have to go down the route of being like, the dog is already chasing all of the deer. The only way I can stop him from doing that is beating him out of it. There's loads of other ways that you can stop him from doing that. So read up about dog body language. Definitely find a positive reinforcement based trainer that understands science and can explain to you how what they're doing works. Is really important. And the last thing I would say is just really do your research into the breed that you're going to get and why you want that particular flavour, rather than being like, I think it looks good. What does that dog's brain want to do? They're all hardwired to want to do a job. So you want to pick a dog that wants to do a sort of similar job to you. So I've got a Cocker Spaniel because I can either be very high energy or very low energy. And he's kind of the same. He's either at 100 miles an hour or he's sleeping, like right now, which is cool.
And I've got an older Staffy German Shepherd mix who is kind of good at being around people.
Yeah.
But then also I think Staffies can be quite like loving. He does his little Staffy ball where he's 30 kilos, but like he curls up on my lap and just wants cuddles and hugs. And
He's a love.
German Shepherds, I guess, they're like, are they guard dogs? Like they're working dogs, aren't they? Like
Herding as well. So they
Yeah.
count everything and want to organise it into little boxes and things like that. But yeah, you've got a bit of a guard dog, but in the best way.
He's a great guard
human centred
he is a great guard dog.
and very good at problem solving people, as are you. So yeah, suits.
Oh, thanks. See, positive reinforcement pat on the back. Now I feel
Works. It works. So yeah, like I would love if you've got a video about dog behaviour that you would love me to give my thoughts or comments about, then chuck it in the comments box underneath. I'd love to see what you guys think. If you like this content, please subscribe to our channel and share it, and press the little bell if you want notifications on when we're gonna do some more dog behaviourist reacts.
I really enjoyed that. Thanks, dog friends.
God bless.
Bye.